Hey YouTube, today we're going to do another comparison video, and dare I say we're going to compare a Glock to a Taurus pistol. And I've done a similar comparison video before, but I have not used this one. So before we go any further, we're going to show you that neither one of these pistols have anything in them, and that we are clear to proceed with making this video. Nobody can get hurt, folks. So what we have here is we have the ever popular Taurus G3C. This is a carry option in 9mm, and this gun is pretty awesome. For the money you pay for one of these things, I don't think you can go wrong with it. So what this thing features, this is a 12 round, this is a metal magazine, and when you add in the one that you carry in the chamber, it is 12 plus 1. So you're carrying 13 rounds of 9mm. It's fairly slim when you look at it. This is the third generation one, so it has the Glock style metal sights on them with the little serrations on the back. So any type of Glock sight will work on this thing. Comes with front serrations on it. Has a little finger rest to rest your finger. It has very aggressive stippling grip texturing on the front and on the grip right here. It has from the factory, it comes with a little pinky extension, so you get a full grip on this thing. So the trigger on this thing is the very first pull. There's a lot of take up in it. Has a pretty crisp trigger on it, and then the reset is pretty tactile, and it goes just like that. Thin carry package, very affordable. I don't see how you could really go wrong with this gun. I've recommended this gun to a lot of people because people that are entering into the firearm world or just want one carry firearm. This is a very good option for how much you spend on it. What I'm going to compare it to here is this is a very popular gun. This is a Glock 43X. This is a 9mm also, and very thin package. And this one here holds 10 rounds in it. So if you take into account the one that goes into the chamber, you're going to be walking around with 11 rounds of 9mm. And some of the features on this one is also has front serrations. This one comes with plastic sights on it, but they're the same style because this is a Glock. And the texturing on it is pretty good. Also, it's a little bit different than the Taurus I just showed you, but pretty bare bones. No pinky extension, but you really don't need it because you get a full grip on it. Now what I'm going to do is show you some of the comparisons on these two. If you hold these things side by side, the 43X is very slightly, and I do mean slightly, thinner. Not very much at all, but it is a little bit thinner. Now if you compare the links to them, they're virtually identical. They have the same length on the grip here. The sights on the Taurus are going to be a little bit better because they're actually metal. Come factory with a metal set of sights. So if you were in distress and had to use this gun to cock the serration or cock the slide on a tabletop or something like that, you're not going to have to worry about this one breaking. This one here, you probably are going to have to worry about it breaking. They both have front serrations on the slides. On the top of the Taurus, it has a chamber-loaded little sight to look through, so you can see where there's one in the chamber. The Taurus has a manual safety on it, so if somebody likes to carry something around with a manual safety in and is used to that, this one has it. The Glock has no option for that. The Glock has a plastic magazine that goes on the inside of it, single stack 10 rounds. And the Taurus is going to have a metal double stack 12 round magazine. Now the trigger pull on the Glock, you're not going to have quite as much take up on the initial pull, but the reset virtually identical. They're both made about the same. Now advantages and disadvantages. On the Taurus, texturing is going to be way better. I mean, it's just way better. It's not even close, folks. This texturing is really awesome on this Taurus here, and it really gives you a good grip on it. The Glock, not so much. The texturing is not quite as good. Now the size are virtually identical. The 43X is marginally at best thinner, but the part that makes a difference on these is the length of the grip. When you stick something in a holster like this, this is the part that you need to be small to conceal it. They are virtually identical, folks. Now, with the actual features on them, this one has more features on it. This one has better sights on it. This one it's more ergonomic, in my opinion, and that is merely my opinion on it, with your finger rest for your pad and your thumb rest right here. Very ergonomic, and it's ambidextrous. It has that on both sides. The Glock, you could say it's ambidextrous because it's got this little thing right here, but there's nothing else on it. So it's pretty bare bones. Now, what's the big advantage? If you're looking at a gun that's exactly the same size, I mean, these things are virtually the same exact size, and you want to carry a 9mm in a compact size, this one's going to hold a total of 13 rounds. This one's going to hold a total of 11 rounds. So you're going to have 2 more rounds in this gun than you are in this one. Now, the other big advantage to these, and before I go into this, let me mention that both of these guns are equally as reliable. Equally. You're going to have 0 failures on this one. You're going to have 0 failures on this one. Now, you're going to have people in the comment section saying that they've had failures on each one of these, and that's true. You can get a bad apple in anything. But for the most part, this thing is going to be 100% reliable, and so is this one. Glock's always been known for the reliability, and this Taurus is pretty much modeled after a Glock. Now, when you go into breaking one of these things down, you're going to pull the trigger in a safe spot. You're going to release these 2 buttons right here, and the slide comes right off. Put it back together is exactly the opposite. Goes back together, it's just for function, and there you have it. Now with the Taurus, you're going to do exactly the same thing. I mean exactly the same thing. You're going to pull it back, pull down the slide, and it comes off. It's exactly the same thing, folks. I mean exactly. It breaks down the same way. It's just simple. Test your function and put it back in. One of the things that I did not mention, that this does not matter to a lot of people, is with the Taurus, once you pull the slide back and it's cocked, pull the trigger. If you have a bad round or a hard primer, it has double strike capability on it. The Glock, pull it back, and that's all you have. It does not have double strike capability. So some people can see that as an advantage, some people do not care, some people see it as a disadvantage. I think it's always good if you get a second shot at it. Let's suppose you have a bad round. Now, the biggest advantage is going to be the price. And I'm not saying that this is a great gun for the price. I'm just saying it's a great gun. You can buy 2 of these for the price of this one. This one's going to be half price, folks. This gun you can absolutely get for half price of the Glock 43X. I mean half price. This one's going to be double of what the Taurus costs. So, in looking at these carry options here, they're exactly the same size. Taurus has a few more features on it. It holds more ammunition, and it costs half the money. Which one would you go to, folks? And if you're one of these made in the USA people, folks, this one right here says USA right here on it, but this is a Austrian company. So, I mean, it's up to you to decide. Neither one of these are American made. This one's made in Brazil. This one's made in Austria. Now, where they're assembled, that's up to you, folks. Some of these are assembled in the United States, and this one, I believe, was assembled in the United States since it says USA on it. They're not United States companies, so that really doesn't matter. When you look at these 2 together, in my opinion, this one's going to be more value over this one. This one costs half as much, has more features on it, and this one costs twice as much, has less features on it. Capacity, less ammunition in the Glock than you get in the Taurus. So anyway, folks, I'd like to hear your opinion on what y'all think. This is a comparison. I've never done a comparison in the all popular 43X, and this one seems to be very popular also. They're very similar weapons. They do not have very similar costs, and they do not have similar features really. So let me know what you think about these two being compared side by side, and thank you very much for watching my video today, and you folks have a great day.